Hi, welcome to OWAD today. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. We are going to continue our special Fun and Light summer edition in August, showing you just two character expressions a day and sharing the same first character throughout August. And that character is sheng. Sheng in Chinese, original or the base layer of meaning is life. Because it depicts this trident-shaped plant growing from the soil. And you can see English translation have all kinds of meanings that can be derived from the original meaning. That's life, that's plant growing in the soil. Okay, so today we have a sheng yi. Sheng yi. You can see the yi character is quite complicated. And when you look at the traditional and the simplified, it's not exactly the same, but we can see some traces of it. When I look at the simplified, so I started learning simplified. Our learning of such complicated structures simplify repetition, rote memory, repeated, like each character repeated, written out several times until we get it right. If not, in the test we made mistake, that negative feedback will enforce us to make it right. So that's a lot of drill to get such complicated characters. But I wish at the time somebody showed me the original Chinese form, and it made up of all this mini symbols, which each of them on their own is their own icon. It means different things. In this character, it's made up of 4 different symbols. One by one. Okay, the top right is the easiest visually to recognize. It's a circle with kind of a cactus, almost like looking like that. But in this case, it's a baby in a bundle. Baby in a bundle because the feet, the torso is just one united piece. There's no split of the legs. That means the babies are not able to use the legs yet. So it's pre-walking baby. So it's really infant stage baby, where the head is the main feature, oversized head, baby head. So that's Chinese baby. Bottom right is our food symbol. You would say this looks nothing like food. I was wondering that too, like why the food symbol got abstracted into such a cactus-looking, weird-looking shape. But I can tell you, okay, just like a hand symbol, a lot of times we use 3-finger hand symbol that look like this. This food symbol, we use 3 toe to represent all 5 toes on the feet. So on the foot. Okay, so this is the big toe, actually. You can see the big toe is the longest and it's connected to the arch or the sole of the foot. And of course, the full arch and sole was not shown. It only showed the beginning, the toe portion, the front portion. So it's almost like, I guess I try to render the food with my hand right now. So it's almost kind of looking like that, right? And this is the big toe and the middle toe and the little toe. I guess the middle 3 toes, because our toes are not like fingers. Fingers we can easily separate and do all kinds of things, right? We can play instruments with it. But toes are not as tactilely censored. So when you can move your big toes separately, and maybe the 3 middle toes are kind of inseparable. In my guess, they probably run the same nerve line. So to me, I cannot control my toes the way I control my fingers. So probably the middle one are the 3 toes together. And then the little toe can venture out by itself, right? It can stick out the little toe, outward. So I guess probably that's the out toe. That's my biggest, guess for the toe symbol. I mean, for the food symbol, this is the abstraction of the food. Okay, so then we have the knife symbol. That's kind of, you see, this is the knife in its original direction. And this is a flipped knife, actually. So this flipped knife symbol. And then we have the arrow symbol. I guess you can see it's a visual representation of arrow. This probably is a mechanical part of the bow with the arrow ready to shoot out. So this is arrow symbol. Okay, so you say this is very random. We have baby, we have food symbol, and then we have a knife symbol and arrow. What? All these making sense. Like, how can these irrelevant things come together to make any of the sense? And that means hesitate. Okay, my task is to demystify that. Okay, baby, as a new member of the society or to this culture, cannot even speak yet. This is pre-walking baby. It means the baby have very little understanding of things. The food symbol means stop, means you're not walking because you're not sure where to go. The arrow plus the reversed knife. Okay, this reversed knife does the negation, because a lot of times Chinese icons, we create negation by flipping things the other way. In this case, this knife symbol that looks like this, right, got flipped to this side. That looks like this. This is the original, and this is the correct way. And the Chinese, in simplification, they say, oh, this is just a knife. You don't need to create a separate character for it. And they flip it back. That changed all the sense in it. Because according to scholars, this arrow, which you can visually see, it looks like an arrow, right? Arrow symbol. Arrow means once it's released, it's going to travel fast. And arrow probably in ancient times is the fastest thing observable or invented by humans, right? Arrow shooting through the air can run faster than any man, right? So arrow represents speed. And then this knife symbol, originally paired with arrow, is probably a type of highly fatal weapon. To make the arrow even more fatal, a knife was added to the arrow. So when this knife was flipped around, that means the killing edge was turned. That means this arrow was not going fast, or even if it goes fast, it lost its function, lost its purpose. It cannot be fatal to hurt anybody anymore. So this flipping makes all the difference. It's a negation of the original representation of that arrow, which is fast. So now it means almost like useless. It's reversed. So the reverse of the fast arrow, that by this flipped knife, it means slow. So now we have a baby who doesn't have much already in head yet, and we have this standing foot. And it particularly means standing there, not moving, no action taken. It's basically as, standing still. Baby, no knowledge, standing still behavior, and this negation of speed. That means slow. So somebody who doesn't have the know, and somebody who understands things slowly, and who is pausing, cannot take any action, cannot make any decision, cannot choose where to go. That's the status of hesitating. It's a long-winded way to depict our probably cognitively limbo state. Like we don't have enough information like a baby, or we're not grasping the situation fast enough to make us take action. Therefore, all we can do is pausing to, as in the, what's the word? Was the movie Don't Look Up movie. Sit tight and assess. Exactly that. So that's hesitate. Okay, I should put that movie there. Okay, I translate it as 生疑. I translate it as doubt because It depicts you don't have enough knowledge, you cannot, and you cannot understand things fast enough so that you're in action. You cannot make any move, you're standing still. Now, that depicts the whole picture, right? In contemporary living, we streamline that, we pare down all that complexity of this character, and it can just go with doubt, like, we're wondering, we don't know. We don't have the full story. We don't understand, something like that. We suspect something. So that's 生疑. And again, I'm using ex machina scene of this Caleb character. He starts to have doubt whether he's a bot or human. After talking with the bot a few days, he starts to wonder if he is in fact, made of machine. And that is a good depiction of 生疑. It's like your previous understanding of things are fully pivoted. It's a horrifying feeling, right? When you first face something unknown, you first have a revelation about something. And in this case, it's a question of his own identity, a human or not, is a big identity crisis almost, right? So this is an extreme case of doubt. Doubt yourself as a human being. But this is a dramatic illustration of what it means, 生疑. Cash into the currency of thinking about one, what do they wait so busy on that?